Hey everybody, it's me, Nina. You may have forgotten what I look like during quarantine, so this is me. This is how I've always looked. I'm going to talk to you today about the rise of depression in teens and how that's related to sleep, so buckle up and stay awake, I guess. Teens are very depressed, turns out, more so than usual. The National Science Foundation in 2017 found a 52% increase in major depressive episodes in ages 12 to 17, compared to data from 2005. And the Center for Disease Control saw that suicide rose to the second most common cause of death for adolescents. Those are bad things. So where does sleep come in? Sleep is very important. We spend 36% of our lives asleep. It helps your brain process and memory strengthen. And when you don't get sleep or get very bad sleep, it's not good. Sleep deprivation can lead to poor memory, increased impulsiveness, poor judgment, and most importantly, mental illness. Interesting enough, disrupted sleep is commonly labeled as a symptom of mental illness, but studies show that it's more likely the cause. So, back to teens. In 2015, the CDC found that 72.7% of high schoolers did not get enough sleep on school nights. For middle schoolers, it was 60%. This is especially bad because teenagers need more sleep than adults. The recommended average for teens is 9 hours, while for adults it's just 7. Also, during puberty, many teens shift to a later chronotype. A chronotype is a behavioral manifestation of one's circadian rhythm. There are 4 main chronotypes, all named after animals, and the ones that teens shift to is wolf. The wolf chronotype doesn't have melatonin release until around 11 p.m. or later, and they sleep later in the morning. This means for teens, they biologically need to stay up late and sleep in. This becomes a problem when some schools have start times as early as 7 in the morning. Sleep scientists and neurologists recommend that schools push back their start times, but institutions are resistant to change. In studies where schools did push back their start times, the sleep duration of students dramatically improved in addition to their mental health. Given that the second leading cause of death for teens is suicide, institutions should consider it a safety priority to push back their start times. One real benefit of acknowledging the role of sleep in preceding mental illness is that screening for sleep disruption can be used to detect and even prevent mental illnesses before they develop. Poor sleep can be treated, not just through policy change. Here are some tips to improve your sleep. 1. Isolate your sleeping area from the rest of your room, and don't hang out in your bed. You want to train yourself to automatically associate your bed with sleep, like Pavlov's dog. 2. Reduce your light exposure at least a half hour before going to sleep. So don't be on your phone or computer right before bed, it'll mess with you. 3. Seek out sunlight in the morning. Don't close your curtains. Sunlight is a natural cue telling your body to wake up. If you don't have access to morning sunlight, try getting a daylight alarm clock. 4. Finally, try not to use stimulants like coffee after 4 p.m. at the latest. There are more tips and tricks, but those are just a few to get you started. I can actually vouch for them as I have a circadian rhythm disorder, and these help me. In conclusion, sleep scientist Wendy Troxel calls sleep deprivation in teens a public health epidemic, and it should be treated as such. Decisive action can be taken to improve the situation, so we should take those decisive actions. Thank you for listening. Get some sleep.